First up at 6, breaking news as we come on the air tonight. The U.S. Supreme Court denying a last-minute appeal from Texas death row inmate Robert Roberson in the last hour. But his execution has been delayed anyway, at least for now.
Okay, here's what we know. He was scheduled to be put to death in Huntsville any minute now until a last-minute legal maneuver at the state level. A judge in Travis County granting a temporary restraining order to delay the execution.
KHOU 11 Stephen Going is live in Huntsville right now with the very latest for Stephen.
Mia, Len, we have been speaking to lawmakers out here, and they were involved in that effort to get the restraining order, but they tell us that they do not even know what is expected to happen next out here. We can tell you this has all happened very fast today. Now, as you mentioned, that judge in Travis County did grant a temporary restraining order in this case after Texas Representative Jeff Leach filed a motion against the Department of Criminal Justice. We just got our hands on that TRO moments ago. In the written order, it says it'll be in place for 14 days before a hearing can be held to rule on a longer injunction. But the Texas Department of Criminal Justice has said it will appeal immediately, and the Attorney General's office may also get involved here. Both of them hoping to overturn that restraining order and clear the way for execution. Now, the backstory here: in 2003, Roberson was convicted for killing his daughter, Nikki. He was accused of fatally shaking her, but Nikki's autopsy later revealed that she suffered from pneumonia when she died. Experts have also said the shaken baby theory no longer holds up scientifically. Now take a listen to Roberson's attorney, Vanessa Plotkin, with the Innocence Project. They are reacting to that news today on the temporary restraining order.
People recognize that an innocent man was set to be executed. And, if the state officials continue to appeal, we don't want to be in a position where somebody innocent is executed. And months from now, the legislature is able to go back and clarify and make fixes to the law, which was intended for people exactly like Robert Roberson.
Now, we know Roberson was set to die by lethal injection at 6 p.m. We are outside the building where that was supposed to happen, and we have not yet received any update about whether that has taken place. But as we mentioned before, this day has moved very quickly. Of course, Governor Greg Abbott could grant a reprieve and give a 30-day pause to this execution, but he's not done so yet. In fact, he is set to speak at an event today in Corpus Christi, and his communications team has already said he will not be addressing the Roberson execution. Len, Mia.
Stephen Going with the very latest developments in Huntsville tonight. Thank you.
All right, let's go to our KHOU 11 legal analyst, Carmen Rowe. Say, Carmen, help us out here. So the governor has said he's not going to weigh in. The attorney general says he might. The Criminal Court of Appeals might. What's next?
So we're waiting for the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to receive the Attorney General's appeal of that temporary restraining order. And we can anticipate that it's very likely, in my experience, that we will see something like a writ of prohibition overturning that temporary restraining order in the next couple of hours. And keep in mind that the death warrant for Mr. Roberson is good until 12:01.
Now, Carmen, the Supreme Court already denied the request. What do you think the Supreme Court likely based their decision on?
So the Supreme Court made very clear that they denied this request for a stay because no federal claims were actually made, which is the jurisdictional range that they could have granted a stay. But Sotomayor went out of her way to talk about the credible claims of actual innocence with Mr. Roberson in urging the governor to step in tonight.
A lot to keep up with, a lot to follow here, a lot of moving parts. Carmen Rowe tonight with the insight and analysis on the Roberson execution. Thank you. And if you would like to read more about Roberson's case, you can head to our website, khou.com.